been busy coding up a storm. Just created another indicator based on order flow imbalances. I'm just trading the London session here. Just got this imbalance signal to the downside, and then this one to the upside. Then I've also got some special levels based off of extreme imbalances. And then these cumulative delta arrows, they've really been quite amazing actually. This is just the last hour of price action. Got these cumulative delta reversal arrows over here. Nice move down, nice move up after these arrows, nice move down, up, down. These arrows are coming from the MMT trend and reversal indicator. I've got the reversals activated with some very special settings, very specifically tailored to the cumulative delta and what I'm trying to achieve from the cumulative delta input. Got a reversal look back of 3, overbought, oversold of 50 and 50. And this is using an input series of the MMT ultimate delta in cumulative mode. So if you've got the trend and reversal and the ultimate delta, you can get these arrows on your chart. I'm using them in each tick mode. You will get more arrows when it's on each tick mode. You can also use it on bar close. And if you do that on bar close, the arrows will look more like this. I just loaded up the charts. I just signed in. I've been doing some testing on the chart trader. Got a couple more bugs worked out. I'm gonna keep testing, see if anything else comes up. But the chart trader is working amazingly. So there's no Heiken Ashi being measured on this chart. So on this chart, I've got the MMT Ultimate Heiken Ashi painting the candles. And then I've got my new MMT Imbalances indicator printing these horizontal lines and these imbalance arrows. I'm looking for a very specific sequence of imbalances, both in the wick and in the body of the candle. These are both 1-minute charts. And then I've got my 60-minute chart over here. But excited about the new projects. Turned out to be a good thing that my coder was lagging really hard. I've literally been waiting months for the flow stack. So I decided to start coding myself, and it's been a journey, but I'm excited at what I've created so far. Also looking forward to completely finishing the MMT indicator collection. I'm really looking forward to being done with this phase and just focusing on trading again. You can see these cumulative delta reversal arrows. I've also got the Chaikin divergence here. Had all this building up, getting a nice turn up there, back to the 20 SMA. Just got into a short off of this imbalance level here. We also had an imbalance signal short, a little pullback, another little drop. Cumulative delta outline was red on the 1 minute. Had a bunch of negative delta coming in there. Had a big drop in London pre-market here. Should have stayed in that short a little bit longer. We had a bunch more imbalances to the downside coming in. Heiken Ashi was bearish. I turned the delta diamonds back on, but we have not achieved delta higher than 100. If I was using the level 1 diamonds and trading in the off hours when delta is not as high, I would probably change the delta number to something like 50 maybe even 40 for the 1 minute chart, NQ. And these cumulative delta reversal arrows that are printing on each tick, if I reload NinjaScript, this is what it would look like if it was printing on bar close. You get a lot less of them. Lots of options. So the 100 setting for the delta diamonds, like I was mentioning earlier, is just too much for this time of day in the middle of the night. This 100 setting is more like having a 300 or 400 setting during the regular New York hours. And if you watch my other video, I'm looking for the initial pushes. So a level number of 100 during the New York Open might catch the moves earlier as they're happening, but during the off hours, since this is more extreme, this could be exhaustion like we have right here. That's why I don't have the diamonds set at a higher number like 300, because during the New York Open, that level could also be a sign of potential exhaustion. Just depending on the situation, but the way that I'm trying to use these is to catch the initial delta push. So I'm looking for a lower level of delta to get into the trades. So depending on what time of day, I'm definitely going to change the settings for the delta diamonds. If I would have had it set at 40, I would have had a delta diamond to the upside trigger here, along with the bullish ADX and the cumulative delta reversal here. That would have been a great signal. And then we would have had more continuation, another delta diamond to the upside here as well. We also had an imbalance signal to the upside here. Popped up almost 20 points from there. Just got into a little short. So like I mentioned in my prior video, I'm looking for when price is approaching key levels for a potential bounce, using some of these signals to get in with the auto trader here, or I'm looking for when price breaks above or below clusters of key levels, but I want to make sure I've got plenty of room. I want to make sure that there's not any major key levels in the way. So if I was going to go long here, there's just way too much in the way up here. There's 3 different key levels right here. The short is much better. There's nothing in the way until the 20 SMA, which we just hit and we're getting a little hold up at. So we had divergence, we had cumulative delta reversal, we had the ADX turning bearish. We even had some single bar divergence with point of control drawn up into the wick here. Get the yellow inside of the candle. There's point of control in the wick. Grabbed a little short right here at the current day open / yesterday's close levels. We just had price come down right to this imbalance level on the chart. It's just popped up 8 points. We have not had any more imbalance signals besides the one back here right before this pretty epic long. We had point of control up into this wick. ADX turned bearish, closed below the 20, drifted lower almost 10 points there. I got the ES 5-minute chart up over here so I can look for some correlation on ES levels. We just got 2 more imbalance signals here, and on the second test of this imbalance line we broke it. Some nice shorting opportunities after those imbalance signals. I just got into a little long here. We had point of control drawn down into the wick, had some Chaikin divergence here, and we had some single bar divergence. You can see the gold inside of the candle broke higher, just popped up 10 points after the break. We also just had another nice imbalance short signal here. I changed the cumulative delta reversal arrows to be on bar close. It's just getting way too many. I've been up all night. I coded probably the last indicator of the MMT series. Really excited about this one too. I've made the ultimate volume profile indicator. It's got a toggle button up here. You can choose, this is the daily session volume profile on a 60-minute chart. You can toggle between composite or session instantaneously. You can load custom composite levels. This is a 3-day volume profile, so it goes back 3 sessions, then another 3 sessions. However many days you have loaded with the data. You've got value area high, value area low, point of control, VWAP for each profile. I've also got a feature on here where you can extend all the historical lines loaded on your chart. So if I click on extend historical lines, now any of the prior sessions volume profiles that were loaded, all the lines get extended to the right, which could get pretty crazy if you have a bunch of profiles loaded. But you can turn on or off each line here. So if I just want to see value area high and value area low, I can see all the value area highs and value area lows for any sessions loaded, and they'll all be extended to the right here. I can turn the line labels on or off. I'll do another video about this when I get closer to putting it out there. But these were the 2 other main things that I wanted to create to complete my collection. Some chart buttons and a volume profile with some extra features that I'd been wanting. So my coder lagging for 3 months has actually been a very good thing because I forced myself to do my own coding, and I'm really happy with what I created here. Been digging these imbalance levels and imbalance signals too. We just came down to this double imbalance level, had a nice bounce up. I've been deep in the coding and haven't really been trading, even though I've been up all night. I took a trade that I didn't like, so I'm a little bit in the red on a few of the accounts. The New York Open is just about to happen in a couple minutes, so see if I can get back into the green here. Now that we're getting close to the New York Open, got delta diamonds finally appearing again. Nice little push down. Also had some imbalances here to the downside. We came up to yesterday's point of control, had a delta diamond to the downside right as we were coming up to this key level. This delta diamond was coming in intrabar. right after we dropped down over 10 points. I got in here when we got the reversal arrow and the delta diamond. Had point of control up into the wick. It's kind of a risky move. We hadn't cleared this cluster yet, but we just cleared this giant cluster of key levels and some negative delta here. Nice close below the 20 in this cluster. Got bearish ADX, bearish cumulative delta outline. We just popped down 10 points to test these next key levels here. Getting some hold up at this imbalance level. I'm using these both as magnets and as support and resistance. Pretty much just like any other key level. Got a little delta diamond there at these key levels. If we were looking for a bounce trade there, just popped up 10 points. Just came up to yesterday's point of control. Rejected to the tick. We had a delta diamond coming into the downside intrabar. Popped down way over 10 points after that delta diamond. Then also earlier in the morning on the ES, look where we came up to, right to yesterday's point of control. Huge rejection off of yesterday's point of control. Another one of my favorite key levels. We had the bearish ADX insides of the candles up here too. Getting a nice drop now. I got into a short when we pulled back to this cluster of key levels. We got the pre-market center and the 250 SMA. Just looking at this large amount of delta on this candle, we pulled back. There's really not as much delta. It's starting to drift off. So I grabbed a short at this key level. This price action isn't that great so far this morning. I mean, look at this 5-minute chart. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Alright, so on my 60-minute chart over here, my MNQ 60-minute chart, I added a new tab. So if I want to trade the MNQ with the auto trader, I got my 1-minute MNQ chart. No delta histogram. I don't like looking at the delta on the MNQ as much. I much prefer it on the NQ. But this way I can play around with these auto trade buttons on the MNQ. A little bit less stress there. I think I might bump up the imbalance levels or some of the settings for the New York Open with these imbalance signals. They were given some great signals overnight, and there's some good ones today too, but there's maybe just a little too many. I just got into a long on the MNQ here, looking at all this delta coming in on the NQ. We broke above this cluster of key levels finally. These key levels had been holding for a while. The 20 came down to meet these key levels. So we had a little trifecta of key levels. This candle broke it with a lot of delta. We still had a decent amount of room up to VWAP. Hopped into a long there. Added some more micros to the pile. Just got into a short. We had point of control up into these wicks for a few candles here. Cumulative delta reversal. And then on this candle, the ADX started going bearish. We got the pink insides. We got this delta diamond when the price was still up here. Had plenty of room down to the next key level. Got into a short there. Had a nice cumulative reversal arrow back here. Bunch of delta diamonds on the way up. Still not sure what I think about using the imbalance levels and the imbalance signals. I don't know if this is anything I will ever release. It's based on some things that I used to look for in order flow on the footprints, but we'll see. I'm gonna do some more testing. But the chart trader buttons and the volume profile for sure, I'm gonna release those. And the flow stack. I just used the chart trader and it worked flawlessly. First I took a market order short, and then I went to pending and I added a pending sell order. So if it started going up towards these key levels and then we got a signal to the downside, it would add into my position, and that's exactly what happened. We got these short signals, it added in, I took profit right at the 20 SMA there. Just a few points, but I tested it. It's working great. I've been testing the heck out of it in playback mode too, and everything seems to be golden. Just grabbed another 4 points. This one was based on an imbalance level. Came right up to this imbalance level. It was also a whole number. Got into a short there. We had value area high right above, and then another imbalance level. And London Open, yesterday's point of control. So I was looking for a little hesitation, a little draw back to VWAP like a magnet. Alright, I should stop. Just grabbed another 6 points. Had the cumulative delta reversal here. on both the MNQ and the candle after. We got the NQ on board with the cumulative delta reversal. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've got these on bar close now. Just got a nice pullback there. Up like 380 bucks across the 3 accounts. I think I'm going to call it a day there. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. There are links to all of the MMT indicators in the description. Anyone that's out there using code MonkeyMan at Apex or Take Profit Trader or Tradeify, you are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support. I wish you best of luck in your trading. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.